This is Atomic Revenger, a piece of shit film I made back in 2018. I made this film because I wanted to tell a crime drama or some type of crime drama action movie I wanted to do during the time. Yeah, this was like the most dumbest movie I've ever made in my entire existence. My whole idea was he's a guy who's revenging his sister's death by some gangster who somehow killed her. I don't know. I never go into full details. Yeah, I believe I was either this during that year. This was year I was like turning 30 during the time, and I thought I did an alright job for this movie. But now realizing this is a piece of garbage film I made. I mean, maybe my acting is a lot better. Maybe my, choice of a costume is good. But good God, was this a shitty movie I made back in 2018. I don't care what my other friend says. My other friend says, "No, you should trash this movie. It's awful." And you know what? As much as I don't want to agree with him, yeah, this is an awful movie I made. I don't even know what type of... I mean, it's a crime film, but it's also sort of an action movie. Sort of, like I said. But, the whole idea is that he's just a guy who's trying to get revenge for his sister. And yeah, you're probably asking, why do I have the tape on the camera of my phone? Well, during those times, I was feeling a little bit paranoid about, about my phone having like a camera, so I always thought it was open. And if I look at this scene right here, I really looked like I was trying to do my best acting as possible. But sadly, I'm gonna have to say this. I'm really gonna say this. When I make the angry look right here in this scene, I look kind of retarded. Like I really look retarded. Like I look like a retard who's about to get all angry and something. I don't know, but either way. Yeah, some of the music choices I went with, I didn't have enough music choices during the time. So that's why I added this, one of the songs I may have added in my past movies. Yeah, I guess I was trying to be a little bit fartsy or something like that. In this one scene where I'm given the monologue, scene about how my sister has been murdered by God knows whatever the hell she's been murdered by, or yeah, some of these locations I would like to use them again just to show like the scenery, but yeah, some of these locations I think I will use again. Just one thing, and this is one thing I promise I will not do. I'll never make another black and white movie ever again, unless I can come up with anyways, let me just explain this one scene with my friend Nick. Nick is, this part for Nick, I really try to direct him as best as possible to an action sequence, but unfortunately, this is the worst fight scene I've ever directed in my entire life. Because Nick, I had to direct him. I had to say, go. And he just forgot about what he had to do. So yeah, he's on the spectrum. So it was like fighting with someone who wasn't really fighting me. It was like fighting with someone who was just like, what am I doing? I have to tell them, do this. And they'd be like, well, what am I doing right now? Like, it was like, yeah, it was like the most difficult thing because he wasn't good on following direction. So one thing what me and Billy decided to do, if we do add him in our movies in the future, oh my God, that was a fake punch. That was such a fake punch. Even a little kid will say that it looks stupid. Yeah, but in the future, if we are going to add Nick, we're going to have someone direct him, or I could just have him just be just a background character, like say he's the manservant character. And yeah, this scene I did cut off my hair. And just to assure all you guys one thing, I'm gonna try and stop looking into the camera with the mirror in my bathroom, because I know that most of you kind of noticed in my past films, I tend to look to where the camera is placed, and it reflects where the camera is being placed at. So I know a lot of you have said, well, you should look at the camera a lot so many times. And I know I get this comment a lot. But yeah, but for this scene, I was trying to make a jump scare scene. And oh, wow, was it shitty. It was like the most shittiest jump scare I've ever done in my entire life. I mean, I tried to do it in several other scenes and several other movies. And yeah, for this spot, yeah, I definitely had to take the video down because I just felt like a very stupid scene. I just felt like a really stupid scene with us saying the N-word, saying "What's up, my N-word," or saying it in several other things. It just felt retarded. It just really just felt stupid, idiotic. I just didn't like the finished product. I thought to myself, will people like it? And of course, no one liked it. I assumed no one liked it. You know, I didn't get any thumbs ups or any thumbs downs or anything. I mean, I just assumed that people just saw this as a meh movie. Just a complete meh movie. That's it. And for Billy himself. Yeah, so Billy's acting in this scene, or his part of this movie, is okay-ish. I just wish we did a better. I just wish I had it in a different movie. And yeah, I know the scene from Raid 2. Yeah, so for this scene right here, where I'm talking on the phone with my mom, and she, I don't know, somehow discovers that the police figure out that I'm the one who blew up that building that shows the explosion right in that last scene with the "What's up, my Negro" scene. So, either way, there was a couple of things I had to edit out. I didn't want to add it in because I didn't know my mom would be watching this film also. Maybe she wasn't, maybe she was not, but I didn't want that type of language towards, you know, a guy saying that type of stuff to his mom. So I don't know. I don't know what type of tone I was going for. I mean, I was either going for a rated R tone or maybe somewhat of a TV 14 tone or something with, you know, swearing like crazy. But either way, yeah, my acting in this film, I am dead serious. This has got to be my worst acting I've ever done in the history of anything, basically. Like the history of me being on YouTube or anything. All I can just tell you, this was just a really dumb scene I did. This scene was just so stupid, I just didn't find it enjoyable. I just found it just plain stupid. I just didn't think the acting I did was perfect. I thought it was kind of stupid and cheesy. It was really stupid and cheesy. And I promise you guys, I won't make movies like this ever again. If I'm not satisfied with it, I know you guys are not going to be satisfied with it at all. So, let me just tell you, I just did not like this movie. I mean, I liked doing an idea of doing a black and white movie. But yeah, the biggest plot hole I can say for this is, how did I even find this, you know, Billy's character? How did I even find him? How did I even know how to find him? How would I found out about finding him? And yeah, for this scene right here, this spot right here where I try to do the badass slow motion effect, yeah, I kind of stole that from Romeo Must Die. But this was like, I guess you could say, the predecessor to The Guy Must Die, the film I did back in 2020. But unfortunately, I think that one was a better film I did during that time. This just felt like an awful, dumb mess. Billy's acting was okay-ish. He did a good job with the fight scene and his acting. But sadly, I just think this whole scene, the final fight scene, this is the only good thing about the movie. I would probably say that's good. At least acceptable and effective. But, you know, I just didn't. I mean, yeah. So the blood effects that we came up with, they weren't. So the blood effects, the little like pod things that we had, I gave it one to Billy, and he said it tasted like paint. So it wasn't edible. So it was really not edible at all. So this was like this really is the only effective thing in this movie, but the blood effects that we did were not, as good as possible. So we tried the best that we can with this fight scene, and I guess you could say the action and choreography and stuff is good and great, but unfortunately, it's the only good thing about this movie, I could probably say. Me and Billy's fight scene is not exactly as good. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. I wouldn't say it's the saving grace. I mean, yeah, it could be the saving grace, but still not enough to save this film. So we try to do the blood effects, and the blood effects just didn't look convincing. So the scene where he stabs me, it was supposed to be like the knife, pieces of the knife, the blade of it, supposed to be stuck into my, stomach or something like that. But, yeah, I had other people I wanted to add. I wanted to add Garfy, but, his schedule was kind of delaying me several times. I was going to think about maybe adding my GM, because he was kind of interested being in one of my movies. So I don't know. This was not my favorite project of all time. It kind of was a project I wanted to do. But, I know. Billy is not a convincing fighter. Yeah, I know he fights. He's not very convincing. But I do the best I can with him in certain other parts of my movies. I think certain other parts he does a much more better job. This one, I could say he's a little prissy in this one. The choice of music from Duke Nukem, yeah, that was a bad choice. It was a really, really bad choice. And how I just suddenly just start wailing on him. And, yeah, this is the part where he does have the, blood squib that he was supposed to spit out. Yeah, we had to go to the nearest store to buy something to wash that shit out of his mouth, because it might as well have been paint that was in his mouth. He was spitting constantly the whole entire time. So yeah, so this scene, he's supposed to give me the gun. I'm supposed to take the gun, and he wants me to shoot him, but I'm like, nah, you shoot yourself. I'm not shooting you. So I don't know why I called it Atomic Revenger, because it just sounded like I just wanted to bring in another word that starts with an R, that ends with an R. So it wasn't really a good title. Revenger just sounded stupid. And yeah, the scene, he shot himself in the head. Yeah, all I can tell you is the only good song I think I chose here is the piano version of Boyz II Men's song, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. This is the only good song I could probably say. So how this ends? This ends with him getting his revenge and limping all the way home. So what was resolved? Well, he got his revenge, and that's basically it. And yes, in comes the title screen, where it's in color, which all I can say to myself is, yeah, I'm not doing that again. So yeah, I written, directed, and edited, and wrote, and yeah, we did the best we could for this project, but God, is it awful. It is an awful movie. But yeah, so all I can just tell you, this is something I'm never gonna do. I'm gonna release the commentary of this film, but not ever release the non-commentary of the film as of right now. So all I can just tell you, I apologize for this film. You will never get this type of movie from me ever again. But don't worry, there will be more commentaries in the future. All I can say is Atomic Revenger was an atomic piece of shit. And that's it.